Hello everyone and welcome back to Storytime with SexyAbraham! You may remember this clip from last episode.
At least Harry has a job. The virus has put me on the unemployment line. Yeah, I can't make any money. I've already applied to like 3 fucking places and none of them hired me. What the fuck do they want? I'm doing my best. I need to get a job because I want to get paid. I don't want to waste the summer.
Since that video was uploaded, Tomley finally got a job for 3.5 months. Why? Well, I'll tell you. Well, Tom will tell you because he wrote the script. But I'll be telling you what I'm reading right now. So, initially, Tommy wanted to get a job for work experience. Even though he already had work experience by working at our old summer camp, seen in the last few episodes. But let's forget that ever happened. After getting rejected from 2 pharmacies and a bowling alley, he finally got a job at ShopRite. On their Facebook page, they advertised job openings for cashiers and stockers. Tommy goes for an interview dressed all fancy and stuff. Afterwards, he is told by the interviewing lady that he needs to fill out an application online. The next day, she would call him and ask more questions. Then he would finally find out if he got the job or not. Tommy had until the end of the day to finish the application. However, a huge storm came by while filling it out, causing the lights in the house to flicker. Tommy had to speedrun the application to submit it before the power went out. He initially wanted to work as a stalker. However, he didn't see that in the list of open positions, despite what the Facebook post had told him. Tommy clicked the cashier, as he thought it would be the next best thing. As it turns out, that would be a mistake. With all that out of the way, Tommy finally started his first day. How did that go? Well, not great. With Tommy being so new, he was prone to making big mistakes. As usual for new people. What seemed like a simple job was more complicated than you would think. The computer screen he looked at was filled with many buttons, all with dozens of different functions. Naturally, Tommy would use the buzzer to call the runner over whenever he couldn't figure out what to do. However, the runners weren't super reliable. Sometimes they would come right away, other times they would simply not show up at all, even after two or three button presses. At that point, Tommy was forced to wait it out or come up with a compromise. After working 6 hours a day, his back would start to give him pain.
My back! Oh, my back!
Because Tom always has back problems like he's the fucking 80-year-old man for some reason. This was all on top of working 5 days a week during community college. Where community college was not, ShopRite was. But how were the customers, you may ask? As you'd expect, many of them weren't very nice. On his 3rd day of the job, he comes across a lady with a rain check, which was basically a slip of paper that the cashier would scan so a customer could get an item for the sale price that had already ended. Like if there's an item missing that one day, you would write a rain check for them. So they would, when the item did come in, they would come in and just say, "You have the item," and you would. Tommy scans it and the computer says it was expired. Tommy was never instructed on what to do in this scenario, so he called a runner. She calmly told her that they didn't take expired rain checks. Well, the lady didn't take calmly to that one bit. "It all expired by a day!" she cried out. Tommy just watched as she bitched to the runners by the computer. Eventually, they caved in, and she was cashed the expired rain check. This next customer came in with a bunch of coupons. During training, Tommy was told to scan all the coupons at the end of the order. However, as it turned out, that was not such good advice. Tommy scanned the coupon, which caused the computer to say that he never scanned the item for it. He asked her, "Can I please see the item for the coupon?" "Oh my God, no!" she said angrily. She quickly pulled out the Velveeta cheese from her cart, to which Tommy identified as the wrong item. "Ma'am, this is the wrong item." When he told her this, she said, "Never mind, just take it off!" Which he did. At that point, Tommy decided to play it off and happily handed her the change once the transaction was complete. Believe it or not, that was not the angry customer he had. This one time, Tommy was working as usual when 2 customers showed up. With this taking place during the COVID-19 pandemic, for all of you in the future, customers were required to stand at least 6 feet away from each other. When one customer tried to reach to the back of his cart by the handlebar to grab his Gatorade, the other customer was right behind his cart. He completely lost it. He started yelling, "Does this look like 6 feet to you? I'm not trying to catch no fucking virus!" Eventually, this escalated the situation further by saying, "You want to take this outside?" Tommy kind of just watched him and didn't say anything. The stress combined with the back pain and dropping grades from trying to handle a part-time job and school at the same time made Tommy debate quitting his job. Even after all of this, the straw that broke Tommy's back was his coworker, who we will refer to as Jessica. When Tommy started working there, she had a habit of saying hi to him every time she saw him. Eventually, Tommy started saying hi back to her. Everything was fine at first, but things quickly started to become creepy. She would grow angry at him if he didn't say hi to her. She started taking pictures of him without his permission, and she even told him about a 22-year-old she was messing with. But what really got him annoyed was when she asked him to meow like a cat, and he did. Tommy's a furry now, guys. God, man, I always knew Tom was a furry. The harassment eventually made Tommy decide it wasn't worth it. After much delay, he went and gave in his 2-week notice. On the last day, he tried to keep it a secret that he was leaving. After a few close calls, he left with only 2 people knowing, the schedule lady and one of the runners. To this day, Jessica and her coworkers have no idea what happened to Tom. If you're watching this, Jessica, to this day, he's making Rule 34R of Let Me Explain Studios and Jaden Animations. So, now you know. Tommy is on the unemployment line again. Only time will tell when he gets his job next. With so many stories from ShopRite, maybe someday there'll be part 2 to this video. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching, and bye! Next time on Storytime with SexyAbraham. Anthony hooks up with Aiden and Jessica. Jessica comes over Aiden's house when he's home alone.